Hey guys, Gameboy3800 here once again, and I'm not too happy right now. I rebuilt my system. It's no longer got the Threadripper in it. It's got a 3950X 16 core. We all know what that is. It's air cooled this time because I did not feel like dealing with the the maintenance of a water cooler. I had my Threadripper system before custom water cooled. But now this system that I built up, it's been having all kinds of stability problems. It's been running warm, running hot. And if I turn on the light, you'll see a big filter there because there's a fan behind there now in the 5 1/4 inch bays to give even more airflow. Because I knew airflow would be a problem because the water cooler used to be mounted to the front. And even though that didn't get much airflow, it was its own system. The water cooling did all of its cooling in the front. And it didn't matter. But now this system, I've just been having all sorts of problems with it. For one thing, the Asrock motherboard is like the worst designed thing in the universe. It's got like barely any fan headers. I'm using 3 splitters just to power like the 4 or 5 fans I've got. And the chipset fan is right beneath where the video card sits. So if you use a dual slot video card, which is literally everything, and it's like a reasonable length, like literally anything, like, you know, a Creator type board's supposed to be. It's supposed to handle a lot of add-in cards. It just overheats because it can't get any airflow. Like the motherboard temperature, system board temperature said that it was, or I guess Southbridge, that's what the SB stands for. But in BIOS it said it was getting up to like 85 degrees. I touched it. It really was getting that hot. It is burning. So I moved the video card down a couple slots. And so far I've been, at the desktop. The fans might ramp up and down a little bit. I've gotten the temperatures almost under control by running in power saver mode. But the minute I try high performance or something, take a look at this. Right now, core temp says that my temperatures are in the 40s, and now they jump up to the 50s. I know an air cooler is not supposed to be able to soak up heat as well as water, but that is ridiculous. If we wait for the temperature probe to go again, I have it set to go every 10 seconds. It's now up to the low 60s. And then staying in the low 60s. But whenever I open something, let's say I open Chrome, just go to YouTube, now it's in the 70s. Then it goes back down again a little bit. If I were to go just watch a video, there doesn't have to be anything really. Let's see here. Alright, it's still, it's just too warm. It really is. I think what I'm going to end up doing is getting the HP Omen water cooler all-in-one. And what I'll be doing is putting it on the back. It'll be a 120mm AIO. Will it be any better than this liquid cooler? Probably not, but at least it'll force the heat out instead of having it just get dumped into the case. Because even with, well, look at this, 77. It's installing updates now, but it's barely using any process power because it's a 16 core. If I run it back down and balanced, instead of turboing up to 4 point whatever, It's staying there. If I go into Power Saver and force it into a sub 3 gigahertz, even 2 gigahertz state, that's the only time when it actually cooperates temperature-wise. I'm not sure what I did wrong. I put a nice big pea-sized dot in the center, and it took 1 or 2 attempts trying to get the cooler on, but I never took it like all the way off when I was putting it on. Should I reinstall the cooler? That'll be my next thing, except the fan, getting the fan back on absolutely sucks, because the top of the case is right there. Once the cooler is on, you need to use pliers to get the fan clip on. I wish Noctua would change that and go the route of Cooler Master, where it's just a slide on rails. Did I say Cooler Master? I think I meant, what do you call it, EVGA. Even though that cooler sucks, it has a cool feature, cool design cue. I have not tried playing any games yet. I've not tried doing anything yet. I've just been trying to install my programs. And if it's not the CPU motherboard chipset running warm, it's the video card doing some weird AF stuff. And the fact that it just would keep crashing. It would do like AMD ATPI stop code thing, whatever, blue screen to death. It's like, what is this? Now, I have since installed way older drivers. Like, we're almost into July right now, 2020. I'm using November 2019 drivers. Those were the last stable drivers that I had. Like, ever since the 2020 updates, my Radeon 7's been acting up a whole lot. And I don't know why. So, I am now running 2019 drivers. I don't know why balanced runs so fast. What do I need to turn off? Probably Horizon Master. Download. Run. If I can turn off PBO, that would really help, I think. That might be what's doing it. It's like yeeting itself as high as it can go. I don't see anything here that could help me. Memory, where's like PBO off? That's what I really want. But this could be a thing of Ryzen misrepresenting the temperature, but Ryzen Master is showing the same temperature as core temp. Bringing back the balanced power state. AMD Ryzen balanced. Showing CPU power of 25 watts. That gigantic air cooler should be able to handle more than 25 watts of heat. Yeah, it's getting up to 60, 70 degrees. I don't want control mode, OC mode. I don't know. It really is dumbfounding to me. If you guys know why not to giant air cooler can't handle 25 watts of heat from a 3950X, let me know.